Okay, so give you guys some deets because I never just go live, especially in the evening. I'm usually home chilling with my family and everything. But I actually went out tonight, very rare occasion, and I went out with some people, and I'm actually in the car right now because I just realized that I'm one of those people, like, I don't really like going out at night. I used to, like, when I was younger, when I would club and stuff like that, I would go out a lot at night. But if it's not, because I don't drink, so if it's not like dinner and then there's something there, I really don't like to go out to like bars, lounges and things like that. And so I go out tonight, and then I have a mocktail, there's music playing, there's people dancing, and my husband's not with me. And then I'm just kind of like bored, even though my sister's here, like, thing, but everybody's like talking to everybody, and I'm just kind of like, I'm bored. And I kind of feel like if you're single and you're out, like, it's fun. If you're celebrating, if you have a birthday, if you're celebrating somebody, it's fun. But if you're like married in a relationship and you're outside at night, it's pretty boring. It's pretty boring because people are like trying to talk to you and stuff, and you're kind of like, I'm married, like, leave me alone, right? But it's like, I text my husband, I was like, oh, it's kind of boring without you, because like we're not like attached at the hip really, but like when we do go out, we always pretty much go out together. And like I said, it's usually like we're gonna go to dinner and stuff like that. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in the car, and when you're done, I'll be sitting here and I will be on live. But it's like 10:40 here, so like Eastern Standard Time, it's 3 hours ahead, so like most of you are probably sleeping. But when you wake up in the morning, oh hey, hey, I'm like, when you wake up in the morning, you'll see me. I'm doing this because I like got burned on my arm. But yeah, like I was saying, I have no business being outside anymore. I feel like a little bit of a grandma because I'm like, what am I doing outside? I'm turning 14. Can you shout me up? Shout out to you, Messiah. Happy 14th birthday. What are you doing on the internet? You're 14 years old. You don't need to be on the internet at this time. Do you have a guy? Yes, I'm married. Yeah, so I really feel like when you're married in a relationship, you really have no reason to be outside at night because it's dangerous. He is very lucky. Thank you. How do I tell my ex I miss him? Help me, because what if he don't give me advice? I'm scared. Why is he your ex? I guess that's the bigger question. I think a lot of the times we want to go back to the past, just not remembering why it didn't work the first time. So I'm definitely not a person who likes to move backwards. So before you text him and say, I miss you so much, why did you break up? Why didn't it work the first time? That's something to think about. Oh, thank you. Hey, what's up? I'm from Philadelphia. Philly, that what happened, that's like absolutely crazy. Okay. I'm like reading these and I'm just like, yeah. Yeah. It's so funny because I like can hear the club, nightclub, lounge, bar, whatever it is, and I'm like looking over there and I'm literally just sitting in the car because I'm like, I just don't want to be outside. It's, I don't know. I'm lame now. It's like, I'd rather be home in my bed watching I Love Lucy. Yeah, I'm that girl. I'm the one who wants to be home. Hey, Karina. Hey, girl. Someone is looking at me through the back window. Guys, that would be so scary. Oh my God. You're lying. That's not somebody. That's a car that's parked back there. Okay, so does anybody on here watch Married at First Sight? I've been watching Married at First Sight, and since I don't have anything else to talk about, I want to talk about that. When I tell you diabolical, like insane, I really don't understand. I understand why some people are single, because I don't understand how people even last this long. Like, diabolical. I want to know, does anybody watch 90 Day Fiance? I did watch 90 Day Fiance. The with Rob and Sophie or something like that. I watched that one with what's the lady's name from Panama? I thought she was really funny. Jasmine. I thought she was really funny. That 90 Day Fiance, Gino and Jasmine. Yeah, I like them. Jasmine is absolutely crazy but entertaining. So I did like 90 Day Fiance, but I haven't watched like the recent them on the island. Am I single? No. I'm married. That's why I have no business being outside at this time, because like, where's my husband? I like text him and I'm like, I'm bored. Like, come get me. He's like, right. I mean, I can literally go home right now, but I'm just gonna wait in the car until they come back. While they have fun for a little bit. I'll give them about 15 more minutes. Would you order somebody from overseas like they do? No, I mean, I've dated long distance in the past. I don't really believe in long distance relationships unless somebody's gonna move. I think they're kind of just like time suckers. What does he look like? Who? Uzman and Kim are another favorite hot mess. Oh my God, yes. That one was funny. Hilarious. Oh my God. That 90 Day Fiance, I feel like is like more funny because it's like, I actually like 90 Day the other way a little more better, because I feel like when it's like they're coming to the US, it's like, okay, they're all just trying to come to the US. Like, you guys who know me, you know, like, I'm Haitian and stuff. So I understand the game of like getting married just to come and get papers to live in the US. So I'm just kind of like that. But when they go over there, I feel like Shekinah and the plastic surgery couple, like everybody hates. I think they're the perfect match for one another. I know. I'm like LA-fied out because I'm like, they're perfect for each other. Like, they both love the surgery. They're on the same aesthetic. The only problem is that he wants a kid and she doesn't want to have any more children. So I'm like, that's pretty much dead in the water, unless she's okay with him, you know, impregnating somebody else. But yeah. Your husband, what does he? My husband looks like my husband. I mean, come on, that's what he looks like. Yeah, 90 Day Fiance is crazy, but Married at First Sight. So nobody's watching Married at First Sight. I need everybody to watch that show so we can talk about it, because what in the actual, and you know, that show, it annoys me because it's so slow moving, and I'm just like, come on, like, let's get to the point. But if nobody watches it, then it's useless to explain. But I like that show. And there's another, I like reality TV. I'll watch that. Trash TV, like, I'm like, I'll watch it if it's entertaining enough. I watch it. Guys, the most Married at First Sight really upsets me. I hate how the black women act and they are treated on there. So I can't. Oh, okay. So yes, that, okay. Did you see Denver the last season? If you seen Denver and then you see this season, I was speaking with my husband about it. I was like, why do both seasons have the black women in the same situation? Last season on Denver, they had that black woman with a guy who was gay, by the way, and he felt offended by something and didn't want to move into the house. This season, we have another black woman with a guy who's, I'm not going to say he's gay, but suspect. The only reason why I said that guy was gay was because he said he kissed the boy. So we already know he's not playing for that team. And then we have this other weirdo guy with a black woman, and he started doing some stuff and felt disrespected. And I'm like, are we being serious? Like, what are we doing here? What's going on? And like, they are like gaslighting the hell out of her. Like, what's going on? You guys need to work it out. I'm like, this guy called her every disrespectful thing in the book, and this is how you're reacting? Like this is gonna work? It's a humiliation ritual. Yes. Like, are we playing? Are we serious right now? So I was like, and I'm like, they couldn't have me on the show, because I would have tore that whole thing up. I would have been like, not you sending me this lame ass woke Malcolm X wannabe. Like, who? Hell no. So that, dead in the water. I was like, that couple, disgusting. I can't stand it. The two white girls. Wow. They're funny, but I don't blame, that was the other thing, is like, I don't blame the girl. There's a guy on there that's living in his parents' basement, and the experts are trying to like convince her that this is a good idea. This is a good match. He's a good guy. He has everything else checked off. Ma'am, this guy is 36 years old living in his parents' basement. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? How are we saying this guy is a good guy? They're gaslighting everybody on that show. And then they have one couple that seems like they can make it, right? That there's somebody, but the girl is annoying as hell. And the guy is great. The guy is a good guy. He's like really patient, really nice. And I'm like, Love is Blind is notorious for casting bums as well. And you know why I say, like, it's because what actual good catch guy is going to sign up for these shows? Like, they're just not. So obviously you're gonna get clout chasing kind of guys who are looking for a come up. But I'm like, send me the nerdy guy who can't get a girl because of whatever the situation, but sending straight bums, like guys who like have nothing, living at home in his parents' basement. Are we for real? Is this this is what they want women to settle for? And then people are like mad at the girl. And I was annoyed with her. I'm not mad at her, but I was annoyed with her because she was just being extra for no reason. But I'm like, why are we mad that she doesn't want that? Why are we gaslighting her into saying, he has everything else you want? It's fine. Like, I'll punch you in your throat. What do you mean? It's fine. It's child. Anyways, those shows, like, I'm the one who speaks back to the TV because I just can't. And another show that I like to watch, Love After Lockup. I know. It's just like diabolical and I just can't look away. I'm like mad at everybody and I'm like, oh my God, you're so stupid thing. But it's like the entertainment of it all. So yeah, I like Love After Lockup. Love is Blind, I literally only watched season 1 and season 2. And then I don't have Netflix because I don't like enough things on Netflix. So I don't need to be, I don't have it anymore because I don't really like it. Unless there's like a show that I'm interested in, then I'll like watch it. But I only watched 2 episodes of Love is Blind and I like watched the first season of like Ultimatum. And then I was like, oh, I don't really like Netflix. They don't have anything that I really want to watch. So yeah, I watch Hulu, HBO Max, and whatever all the other things come on, like Disney Plus and all that other stuff. But yeah, those shows, they I'm like, this is, and I was just saying, like, I kind of like miss the TV shows like that are less constructed and more like, okay, let's just like follow them with the camera, like Jersey Shore style shows where it's like we're watching you like go to work, go to the club, be a hot mess, all that stuff. Like, I kind of miss that kind of raw reality show rather than these like scripted like Love Married at First Sight where it's like, here's a game you play with your couple, here's this and this, and I'm just like, that's kind of boring. Like, let's see the reality, like let's see what's actually going on with these actual couples. But you know, they have that standard. But honestly, I was so upset with how they treat Black women on there, and I'm like, why are we sending like Black women to be sacrificed here to be with men who are, I mean, disrespect? Like, I would sue that guy for what he did to that woman on that show this season. He tried to say he was touched inappropriately and he felt uncomfortable. This woman has a successful business, and I don't know if you've seen it, but this Black woman she's successful business. He goes to her house. She has like a penthouse style apartment, really nice, really big thing. He's looking at the house like, oh my God, this is the size of one room in my house. Like, this, my whole apartment could fit in here. He was mad. Ever since he saw her house, the whole thing changed. Then it was like, she's aggressive, she's this, she's that. And I was like, are we serious? This is okay? And she's better than me because I can't be nice. No, when I feel disrespected, my ego comes out, and now I got to put you in your place because that guy, ciao. Okay, there's a couple here. I'm so nosy. I should turn the camera on them. I always like pay attention because like when I see people like that are on dates, and I mean they could have been driving, but I always feel like it's weird when I see like a woman's the driver and the man's in the passenger seat, because like when I'm out with my husband, like I never drive ever. I think she heard me. Ciao. Yeah, I never drive when I'm with my husband, like, especially if we've been out. Like, no. But I see so many women, like, driving or, like, at the bar. Like, I told you guys, I was out there and I had got, mocktails. And the reason why I really left the bar and stuff, because there was, like, guys there talking and I didn't really want to mingle with other men. And so I just left the girls there and stuff like that. And like I paid for the bill for like the people that I was with, because it's like, oh, okay, I'll get the round for you guys, because I just had a mocktail, so I was like, I'll get whatever, get the round for you. And then like there's a woman there with a guy, and then like she's paying for his drinks too, and I'm like, girl, it's Saturday night. I would never judge you for being with a white man, so the act of secrecy was kind of weird. Wishing you all the best. What are you talking about? Do you actually think I care if you're judging me? Oh my god, that's so funny. When was I being secret? Literally, my husband's on my channel. Yep. Also, when I see the woman pumping gas and the man is in the car, oh my god. Okay, that diabolical. Like, get out the car. Get out at that point. Get out the car. You're walking. Like, get out my car. Like, pump gas. Like, I would drive my husband's car. If he don't got gas in it, you better have filled it up before I got in the car, because I'm not even going to the gas station. What are you talking about? Like, I remember my husband, you know, like those ones that the car washes that like you go to and then like you can vacuum it out yourself. So his car got like a bird had pooped on it, and then so we went through one of those things, and he's like, oh, like let me clean the inside or whatever. And then I'm like just sitting in the car, and he's like cleaning the inside, and I'm just like sitting in the car waiting. And he knows that I wasn't gonna like help him, but like there's so many people there like, oh, let me clean and stuff like that, and I'm just like, dude, chill out. Where do you live? I live in America. Wait, are you asking me that, or is that your name? Child, I don't even know. I think you're speaking Arabic. Yeah, it's actually crazy. And I'm like, there's a lot of young people out here, and I feel like a lot of like young women just kind of don't know. So you don't know what you don't know, and like they're kind of just like kind of don't care. Because I remember like when I was younger, like teenager and stuff like that, and I would be like hanging out with like certain friends that like there was this one guy that like we hung out with. I don't know if he was gay, but I think maybe, I don't know where he's at today or whatever, but like we would hang out with him and stuff, and he would like hang out with us. And like when we would go out and stuff, he really didn't have any money, and I just wouldn't care. I'm like, oh yeah, like don't worry about it, like I'll pay for it. Like I was always that kind of friend, like, oh, don't worry about it, like yeah, you don't have any money, but I still want you to come, so don't worry about it, right? So I would pay for things. And then like I started realizing real quick, like you can't have friends like that. Like it's okay at a certain point, but like you need friends and people in your life that are gonna pour into you. And that's something that this year I'm so serious about. Like I have been in so many friendships where I was constantly pouring into people, and it doesn't have to be financial. It would be like just an ear to listen to you, a shoulder to cry on. Like I was one of those friends who was like constantly there for the people, and people would just dump all of their stuff on me, and I would just listen and give advice and stuff like that. Sometimes they would take the advice. Sometimes, you know, they would say, oh yeah, you're right, and then go do the same thing again. And then I just had to sit and say, like, are these relationships valuable to me? Because I know it's valuable to the person, but is it valuable to me? And I realized, I was like, I have friendships that aren't valuable to me. Like they bring no substance to my life. Like, they're not helpful to me. It's really a one-sided relationship, and I had to like let those people go, or like just, you know, keep them at an arm's distance. Like, I'm not going to like let you like come over to my house and like drain me and like dump all of your trauma on top of me, and that way what you feel good, but now I'm like completely like dealing with what you just gave me. So I just decided like this year I was no longer going to entertain friendships like that. That if I was going to be friends with someone, well, the friends that I do have, it's reciprocal. Like, we have a good relationship. It's not negative talk. Like, I like friends who can teach me things, women that I can learn from and feel like this is a positive relationship. Like, this year for my birthday, I received the most gifts I've ever received as an adult from my friends. Like, years before, my friends would never even get me gifts. Like, that's how one-sided the relationships were with friends. With relationships, I was good, but with friendships with like women, I always had like women who I felt like leached off of me and didn't appreciate the friendship that I actually gave them. And this year, like, so many people got me gifts and it was like a confirmation for me to be like, okay, you need to just focus on the friendships that actually are reciprocal and that pour into you as well. Do you think college career world is worth it in a high value relationships? Huh? Do you think college/career world is worth it in high value relationships? Like, if you go to college in your career, you mean? I think, you know, it's always valuable, like, for yourself, right? So if you are bettering yourself and you are in school, or you know, have a good career or whatever, it's better for you, just for your own accomplishments and everything like that. And for the person, I just don't know how we're looking at it. But if it's like, is it valuable, or is it worth it for you to go to college? Yeah, it's always worth it, because you're going for like to learn, right? To gain intelligence, for you to do whatever it is that you want to accomplish in life. So it's always going to be worth it to you. It's your personal goals in life. But if it's for the other person, is it worth it for them to go to college and have a career? I mean, yeah, like, if you know, you want people who accomplish things in their lives and go after what they want. So it's the same thing for you. If that's something that you want, you don't have to go to college, and you don't have to be like a career-based person to still get what you want. It's just all about like where you want your life to go. You know, I went to college and I had a career and everything like that, but I don't really have my school, like my education and what I do now. Like, I'm pretty much a housewife, and I don't really need a degree for that. But I think it was good to go to get the knowledge that I wanted to gain, and you know, I'm grateful for it. So yeah, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so I definitely think like 2025, like, all of the relationships in your life, like, put them under a microscope and really see, like, are they reciprocal relationships? Are they relationships that are going to be worth it, you know, 5 years down the line, even 2 years down the line, 1 year down the line, 10 months down the line, 10 weeks down the line? Like, are these relationships actually something that is good for you? Or is it just, you know, gossiping? Is it just, you know, familiarity, whatever, you guys know the word, you know. I don't speak English, it's not my first language, so I still struggle. Yeah, because it's actually pathetic. Oh, I almost turned off the, oh, I don't actually need the light, so let me, I was in the car with the light on, which I feel like I don't need. Oh, God, I'm pressing too many buttons. How do you, I don't want the battery to die in the car. Did the battery die? Okay. So I feel like more people are actually going inside this place. I'm definitely not going back inside. I think I'm going to call. I'm not going outside anymore. Like, I'm definitely like a daytime outside person. Like, if I want to be anywhere, is gonna be during the day. What's something about being a housewife that you wish you knew before? Let's see. I would. So this is interesting, right? The dynamic of like being like a housewife, and my husband, he works at his office or whatever, and I go and I do a lot of things. Like, I'll go work out, go to Pilates, I'll like have lunch with friends and stuff like that. But most of the time I'm by myself, right? Because I don't have any children yet. So when I have children, obviously this will probably change. This will change. But I'm most of the time by myself, which is fine, right? But then, like, when my husband gets home, then, you know, I want to talk to him. And, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, somebody to talk to. So then it's like, oh, I want to talk to him. I want to tell him about things. I want to do all this stuff. And he's pretty much like, he doesn't want to talk anymore because he's been talking all day. So he's kind of like in the, like, I just kind of want to chill. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't feel like talking. And I'm like, I haven't been talking all day, right? Because I've been alone all day and I've been like secluded in my own thing. And like, now you're a person coming in. And so that's the difference. I mean, I hope that makes sense. Like, that's the difference where it's like, we're not on the same like wavelength when he gets home necessarily. And then, like, you know, we'll talk, like we'll have dinner and like we'll talk a little bit, but like I think that like took some adjusting, where it was like, oh, like he's spent the whole day talking and like dealing with stuff in his business, and I'm like another thing that he has to deal with. So it's a little different. But yeah, I definitely think that's something I didn't realize early on in the relationship, or that was going to be a thing with being a housewife. It's like, you really if you have kids, it's different because then you probably want the quiet time too. But like, I'm like, I've been by myself the whole day. And you know, that's why it's good I do have this channel, because then I get to like talk to people all the time, so through here. But yeah. You had asked me where I'm from. I'm from the United States of America. I'm from America. Yeah. Another thing that I feel like, so before, I never lived with a man before, and I lived with my sister and stuff. So like, when it came to like cooking, and I know some men cook, but my husband doesn't cook. He's not very good at it, and he's tried, but he's just not really good at it. And before me, he would just like go to the restaurant a lot. But I really didn't put this together, like, of how much like he does not cook. And being that I lived with my sister and we both cooked, like, it was like not a big deal. Like, she would cook, I would cook, she would cook, I would cook. And being married to someone who doesn't cook at all, like, not breakfast, not like, he can put a bowl of cereal together, right? He can make me some tea, he can he can toast some bread, but he can't really cook. So it's kind of like either I'm cooking or we're going out to eat. And that's different. To say the least. And I mean, those are things, and they could be like very surface, but I think those things kind of just like stood out to me, being like, oh, okay, that's different. Yeah. And I would have to think more about like what else stands out, but I think the biggest thing is the communication of like when a person wants to talk after they've been talking all day. And like when you're a housewife with no children, you really haven't been talking all day unless you've been doing something. Like I take a lot of different classes and stuff like that, like, and I have golf lessons and stuff, so I do talk to people, but not on the same capacity. Like when I'm home, I'm usually by myself. So yeah, it is pretty different, because he's like, I don't feel like talking. I'm like, why? And then he's like, I just was talking all day. Like, I just want to chill and hang out. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Let's chill and hang out. And then he was like, we'll talk when we eat dinner and stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. Sounds good. But yeah. Guys, I feel like leaving now. Oh my God, girl. Thank you. That's so sweet. I feel like I should just go home. This isn't my car though, so I kind of feel like it'll be kind of bad to just steal the person's car and just drive it home and be like, I guess I can like call you an Uber to come pick up your car, because like now I want to go home. I don't know. What time is it? Oh my God, it's 11:15. Like, how long are they gonna stay inside of there? I don't know. I should call my sister. Hey. Yeah. But that's all I really wanted to say. I didn't really have any. If you guys have anything else you want to talk about, let me know. Oh my God, another thing. My niece always cracks me up because she'll come over to my house and I'm always like baking something. So that's another thing with like being a housewife. Like I literally entertain myself with like recipes, and I'm in my baking era, and I'll bake cookies. I've been baking bread. I'll make cakes. I'll make scones. I will literally bake anything. Because I think baking is fun. It's like doing like a science project, because you just never know how it's gonna come out until it comes out. Like the other day I baked chocolate chip cookies, and it was like the pre-cookie before I baked it tastes good, but somewhere along the line when I tasted the final product, I was like, what happened? And I've made chocolate chip cookies a lot before, and it just was not good. But you know, you bake. Bacon is bacon. What city are you in? I'm in Los Angeles County. I'll tell you that. I won't tell you the exact city because I'm actually outside, so people might actually know where I'm at. How did you meet your husband and your exes? So I actually met my husband while I was working, actually. Some of you guys know, like, my husband's an attorney, and at the time that I met him, I had a notary business. And so I went to see the client because I needed to notarize some of the stuff. So I would like travel. I was working with like escrow companies, and so I was like designated notary for that. So I was like, I had other people as well, but like basically it was a mobile notary service that I provided. And so one of his clients ended up being my client, and so they were signing documents. He was their attorney that was there, and then when I showed up, we started talking after the signing, and he was like, asked for my card. He was like, oh, like, I need a notary all the time. Like, my clients always need a notary. Can I get your card? And then he basically used the card to like say, oh, it was so nice to meet you. I would love to, like, you know, take you out if that's okay, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. And yeah, then he took me out that weekend. And then literally every day since then, we've been together. And a couple months after that, he asked me to marry him. And then here we are. I hate LA. I'm an ATL pull up. I've only been to Atlanta one time. So yeah. Be safe. I was only asking because it's 2:17. Yeah. Guys, it is 11:19 and it's late for me, so I know it's late for you guys. Like, yeah, I grew up in Boston, so I know all about the Northeast. But yeah. I only went to Atlanta one time, and I was a kid. And I went like on a church trip to Atlanta. And so it was fun because it was like when you're a kid, I don't even remember how old I was. I had to be like maybe 13 or something like that. I don't know. And it was like, ooh, we get to be in a hotel and they have a pool here. And then, so it was a fun trip just as like a 13-year-old in like a city like that. And we did like a couple touristy stuff, but we was actually there for church. And then I never went back to Atlanta. But where I do want to go, and I mean, maybe I will, I went to Atlanta like on a flight, like, because you know it's like a hub, so like you would stop there and then like go somewhere else. And I think on our honeymoon we went to Jamaica and we had to stop and get the connecting flight from Atlanta. But I want to go to New Orleans. That's like on my bucket list. I have to go to New Orleans. Like, I just have to do it. That's the only place in the South that I'm like excited to go to. Like, I want to go to New Orleans. Signing documents under the table. Atlanta is not my vibe. Yeah, I mean, now it's not my vibe. I've seen, like, when I flew over it, the houses, I'm like, damn, I wish that was the California real estate market, because I'm like, these houses, like, let me get one of these houses. Nice listening to you, Jack. Good word pronouncing. Thank you. I never heard that. I guess I have good word pronouncing. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely, I went to, some of you guys know this, but I went to Utah and Portland last year, and I actually really liked it. Like, Utah was actually really nice. I mean, it's very Mormon, but it's really, really nice. I was very surprised. We went to Park City, and that was really cool. Definitely would want to go skiing up there. Went to Utah in October, so it wasn't like rainy. No, went to Portland in October, and it wasn't really rainy there, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I'm like, wow. So I went to like a couple places that I never had on my list to go, but they were pretty nice. Utah sucks, hotels. Yeah, Utah was nice. I don't know. I liked it. It was nice. I don't think I would live there, but I thought it was nice. I was like, it's a pretty nice place. It's interesting to go to a place where the whole thing is like very religious. I think that was like different, because like on Sundays, like everything's closed, and like there's not any bars, and like there are bars, but it's just different. It's very, very different. I just went with my husband, so it wasn't something, you know, big. But I think one of the best trips that we had was in December when we went to Germany and Austria and London. And I absolutely love London. I feel like I I love New York a little bit better, but London was so great. Like, it was just such a good time. Germany was great. We were in Munich. That was beautiful. And it was, you know, during Christmas, they have a lot of rituals and they just kind of do all the traditional things. And so that was really cool. Austria was like super cool. We got to see like where the house that Mozart grew up in, and we did like a little bit of the Sound of Music tour. So I really loved that. But I am so done with traveling. Like, this year, me and my husband was like, we're so done with traveling. Last year we did like overkill. It was like nonstop. And you know, we did so many like Caribbean trips and America trips, and we go to Hawaii last year? I feel like we just did too much, and then like by the end when we came back from London, we were like, yep, done. Like, we're taking the year off. We're kind of done with the traveling for right now. You should visit Park City, Utah. Extremely gorgeous. Yes, I love Park City. That's where we went. And when I went, it wasn't winter. So we checked it out when it wasn't winter, but I'm like, oh my God, if we want to go skiing. But again, I don't want to travel. So I was like, I definitely want to go skiing. I think we're going to go to Big Bear over here. One of our friends lives in like New Hampshire, and he's like, come over, like, we'll host you to go skiing over here, because he's like, him and his family are obsessed with skiing. But I'm like, we'll just go to Big Bear. And my niece really wants to go to Big Bear, so I'm like, I'll just go skiing over there. But definitely want to go. I think there's a hotel one of our friends said is like called Deer View over there in Utah. Really great. You have good energy, nice vibe. Seems like you are being yourself. I'm just checking you out. Thank you. I'm trying to go to Switzerland to ski. In the Alps. Dude, you know, when I was in Germany, I just realized, I was like, that is like nothing to people. When we went to Austria, it was literally just get on a train and it's 2 hours, boom, you're there. Like, it was like, oh, okay. Because like, if you travel within the UAE, it's like easy. Like, it's basically no borders over there. And I'm just like, this is like so easy. And I even saw like on some post a couple months ago or whatever, this lady was saying that it was cheaper to go skiing in the Alps or in France, one of them. It was cheaper to get a ticket to go ski over there than it was to go ski in Aspen in America. She was from America, and she was like, it's cheaper to fly over there to go skiing than it is to ski in Aspen, Colorado. Like, that's insane. Oh yes, Deer Valley. Yes, there's a great hotel over there that was like, I'm trying to think, maybe I don't remember the thing, but it was great. And I was like, oh my God, this would be perfect to go skiing, blah blah blah. But again, I ain't doing nothing. Beautiful Black women, and I'm proud of you. Go sis. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much for kind words. Yeah, skiing is fun. I skied a lot growing up, just because, again, when you're from Boston, like, what do you do in the winter? You freeze, and then, you know, you sled, you ski, you have snowball fights, you play in the winter, you get snowed in, right? You try to avoid black ice. You do all those things. So I actually really love skiing, but like ever since I moved west, it was kind of like I just try to stay away from as much cold as possible. And when we were in Germany, we didn't go skiing. We went sledding, which was so much fun. I felt like a kid sledding. Like, if you haven't been sledding in a while, go sledding and you're gonna feel like a child again. It was So much fun. I laughed so hard the whole time down the hill, mountain, whatever it was. And yeah, I was like, oh, we could go skiing, but like sledding, because we were with my niece and she's younger. Not my niece that lives here, but my niece-in-law. So we was with her, and so she can only sled, and she was like, let's go sledding, it's gonna be so much. And I was like, this is exactly what I needed. So it's like kind of fun to like kind of get back into the things that you did when you were a kid. It like brings a different kind of energy to life. And yeah, that was really fun. Ciao. I am ready to go. I'm gonna have to call it a night. I'm gonna have to call it a night with you guys too, because I'm about to drive home. I'm just gonna have to call them an Uber and say, pick up your car at my house, because why am I outside? Don't invite me to come outside anymore. If it's after dinner, don't even invite me. I am not. It's literally midnight. Right. Like, I just want to go home. I want to go home, take a shower, put on some I Love Lucy. That is like my go to bed thing. Like, I could put on some like calm meditation music and just like kind of zen myself, but I will put on a I Love Lucy and I'll be knocked out in like 5 minutes. I love Lucy. And another thing that I've been watching, crazy, Golden Girls. I haven't watched that since I was like a baby, like a kid. My mom would have it on. Dude, Golden Girls is hilarious. That, like, you gotta watch these old shows, because these old shows will have you dying laughing. And they always knew, like, they were so hip on game. Your general conversation is interesting, and you should have a podcast. People would listen. Oh, wow. Thank you. See, the problem is that I'm not consistent enough. Like, even this is just, you know, very random, because I'm in a car by myself trying not to be a sourpuss. And, well, I guess I kind of already was, since I left and sat in the car instead of being inside of the club or bar, lounge. I don't even know what it is. I'm guessing it's a lounge with a DJ, but I just didn't want to be inside of there. But yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. It's actually really beautiful. Like, right behind me, this is like the ocean, because this is the pier and all of this is just ocean. And if I wasn't such a weirdo scaredy cat, I would actually like walk out there, because it's like very, very calming. And I actually, fun fact, this pier right here is where I got engaged. I just put that in my head. Like, it literally is where I got, like, at the end of this pier is when I got engaged, where I got engaged. And it was an evening as well. And I didn't want to walk down there. But my husband was like, well, let's take a walk down here after dinner. And I was like, oh, all right, let's go. And yeah, so, but I want to go home. So, no, don't go out there. No, I won't. I definitely won't. But, yeah, I'm about to go home, and they're going to catch an Uber to my house, because, and you know what? I'm going to be nice enough that I'm going to like set up some, like, in case they want like food, I'm going to like have some waters like set up on my table and a little bit of snacks, just like so they don't get completely mad at me for like sending an Uber, because I'm taking the car. Okay, so I'm about to switch sides and get in the driver's seat, and so I'm gonna get off of here. But thank you guys so much for like hanging out with me. It was really fun. I really appreciate it, and I will be back. Okay, I will be back next week. I swear, I really will. And we'll have our topics. We'll have some good discussions and have a good time. Not this girl. Okay, I know I said I was gonna go, but why is this girl walk up to this guy's car? He asked for her number and gave her his phone, and she really going, like, you look like a hooker. I actually don't like when people do that. Like, if you want to talk to me and you're in a car, like, obviously I'm married, so don't do it, but like, get out the car. Like, I'm not walking up to your car like a hooker. That it's a no-go. That's inappropriate. Like, girl, know your worth. That's not even, and now, that's not even an expensive Mercedes. That, child. Anyways, somebody go get your daughter. She's over here giving strange men and cheap Mercedes her number. He walking. He is not, and he thinks he's cute too. Ugh. Anyways, stay safe, guys. Let me stop being grandma and watching people. Okay, bye. Bye.